Welcome back, friends and family, to Chicago Reacts. I'm Zach, an actor here in Chicago, as you may or may not know by now, but I am joined by...
Michael, I'm also an actor here in Chicago.
Whoa.
I love that you're sticking with friends and family.
I know it's
I like it.
We love you guys, we really do,
Yeah.
and we appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the outreach.
Yeah.
And today we got yet another salmonella treat for you guys. Not salmonella, but our good old friend salmonella.
Which we've been doing a few salmonella recently. So if you haven't seen them yet, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you can get caught up on our other salmonella stuff.
Sure. And today in particular, Michael, what are we?
We are checking out My Theory About Neanderthals by Salmonella. So
it's gonna be a real treat.
I wonder what his theory is. Let's see what he thinks.
Let's see if it's related to Diogenes. Let's see if he incorporated any of his philosophy into it. Here we go.
Hey kids, remember Neanderthals?
Sam.
Me neither, because they're dead. Some say they went extinct because of out-competition by Homo sapiens, but personally, I don't subscribe to that notion. I believe that they went extinct primarily because they interbred with early humans, not because they were inferior survivors. Now, I could ramble on for a couple of hours about the genetic and archaeological evidence for this, but modern experts have already run those points into the ground. Now, instead...
That's actually really, really cool that we actually get like an honest, upfront theory from Sam. Like it's not him just recounting history, but like he's got his own actual theory. I think that's cool.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just throwing that out there.
I want to bring something totally new to the table that I thought of myself. I call it the sexy Neanderthal theory. From a modern day point of view, this all sounds ridiculous, right? If someone came up to you asking if you wanted to reproduce with a Neanderthal, you'd say no, that's disgusting. Who are you? This is a mall. Where is security? But that's just what society has taught you to believe. It doesn't really reflect the true animal within you. Don't believe me? Take a look at this sculpture. Gross, right? Well, guess what? Cavemen used to whack off to that. They thought it was great. So we're gonna have to put away all of our deeply rooted cultural ideations for a second, and instead look at things from a purely biological perspective. First, I gotta learn y'all a thing or two about sexual selection. There are two main types of sexual selection. There's intrasexual selection, where members of the same sex compete for dominance, and intersexual selection, where members of one sex are intentionally choosy about who they mate with. Now, most of these are done by most animals to some degree, but with humans and most other mammals, there's a bit of an asymmetry in how either sex performs its selection. Namely, males tend to focus more on intrasexual selection, while females prioritize intersexual selection. This isn't just me stereotyping, I swear. There's actually an evolutionary reason for this. See, whereas males barely invest anything at all into mating in the absence of monogamous culture, childbearing is a huge deal to females, using up a lot of resources, so it only makes sense that males would want to be more promiscuous and females more selective. So to recap, The Bachelorette, that's an accurate portrayal of our most basic instincts. On the other hand, if The Bachelor were to be done with a bunch of cavemen, there wouldn't be this season-long show, just a 5-hour special where The Bachelor bangs every contestant at once, which, in all fairness, would still be higher quality entertainment than the show we have now. Anyway, what's all this got to do with Neanderthals, you ask? Well, it just so happens the male Neanderthal's morphology makes it so that they would be able to outman the male Homo sapiens, both intrasexually and intersexually. For one, their thick bones and heavy joints suggest that they had way more muscle mass than humans of the day, putting them at a huge advantage both in asserting dominance and in appearing attractive. Secondly, their facial features exaggerate all the characteristics that makes a face appear male in humans, with square, well-defined jaws and heavy brow lines, further increasing their appeal to human females. Broad shoulders, that's hot. Also, their large chest cavities and broad nasal passages would make it so that their vocalizations would be much louder than humans, adding still to their intimidation factor. So basically, when the male Neanderthals strut into a human village, they'd be guaranteed Casanova, ensuring that they would interbreed. But what about the Neanderthal females, you ask? If the men are more manly by default, surely the women would conversely be more man-ish. One would think that this homeliness would counteract the reproductive success of their male counterparts, but this is where that whole sexual asymmetry thing comes in. Because whereas the human females would be selective towards the Neanderthals, the males don't really care. They're gonna take what they can get. Their women already waltzed off with those jabronis. They're lonely. What's a guy gotta lose? So in the end, when a population of humans meets a population of Neanderthals, there'd actually be an increased chance of genetic admixture, thereby making extinction through interbreeding seem like a much more plausible outcome for the Neanderthals. If the Nobel Committee is watching, I'd like my prize sent to this address. Thank you.
What is that address?
I know. Now I'm curious.
Wait. What is that address?
Put his real address up there.
No way.
Yeah, that's definitely an interesting theory. I mean, most of the theories that I am familiar with is just that, yeah, like man killed Neanderthals.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I thought that I'd be interested to dive into a little bit more of like I wonder if there's actually any academic papers published on that from.
But I guess if like the Homo sapien genus or gene is like more dominant, if it would just like slowly erase like the Neanderthal genes from Homo sapien gene line. Right. I mean, because I guess I don't, not knowing any of the science-based or archaeological evidence, we're really just...
we're just throwing shit into the wind over here.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah, I don't know if you know this, but we are not professors of biology or history
or archaeologists.
Contrary to popular belief.
Yeah.
I mean, although we could act as...
I'd love to play Indiana Jones, but...
Right.
That's about the closest I'm gonna get.
Indiana Jones. Now that's a real Neanderthal, if you know what I'm saying.
Are you trying to say he's a manly man?
Oh, come on, Indiana Jones.
Yeah,
Harrison Ford, if you're watching, come join us.
Join us. Just open invitation. Come join us on a reaction channel. Yeah, really interesting. Yeah, I mean. You know what I like, especially about this video, is it actually like makes me aware of like an ongoing conversation in archaeology, and it makes me want to actually like just learn more. You know, whereas a lot of salmonella videos, it's like, oh, that's sort of a weird thing that sort of exists in its own bubble. Whereas this is like, oh, I kind of want to like research more about this now because I really want to understand the argument.
Yeah, that's why I was saying too initially. I'd love to know if there are any of you scholarly individuals out there that are aware of like maybe a little bit more of the academia behind Sam's theory. I think it'd be cool to get some more input on this.
Yeah, drop that knowledge in the comment section down below.
Yeah, guys. I don't know. Any last thoughts on that?
I think just, like and subscribe to the channel as always.
Yeah, I think,
and go and check out some of our other salmonella content. We've been reacting to more of it, but we have also had a lot of the other reactors on this channel react to salmonella.
Yes.
Make sure to check it out.
Yeah, and then coming up next, we got should have some more internet historian videos for you guys. So
awesome,
exciting times now and ahead.
We'll see you next time on Chicago Reacts.